I tell you I got some new toys, super excited for them, but when I tell you it was something complicated, something that was missing, it was a struggle. But I went ahead and got a new generator and a new water tank. I call it a water bag because it looks like a bag. So the water tank that I got, it is a Moon Giant. It looks just like this. It's pretty nice. Like I said, it looks like a bag to me. Generator that I got was a Champion generator. It was 4,375 wattage, but its running wattage was 3,500. Everything looked good when I had them both, unpacked everything, filled up the water bag, and realized when I was pulling the water out and putting it into the hose, it wasn't going through. So then I had to find out I needed a water pump. Man, it was a struggle to find that thing. I ended up going through Amazon. Thankfully, it helped me out. I went to every single store, Harbor Freight, Lowe's, Home Depot. It was all expensive, like $400, $500, $600. I wasn't trying to spend $600 in that moment. So I did go ahead and order the water pump through the Amazon. It was overnight, came here at 7 a.m. Once I received the water pump, there was a couple of things I had to do right away. Make sure that the lubricant that was inside the actual male ends was all the way around on the inside and the outside of the nozzle. Then I connected the 6-foot hose that it came with to the bag first. Then I hooked it up to the one end of the water pump. Made sure that the water pump had a little bit of water in there because they said not to run it dry. So once I dumped a little bit of water in there, I turned it on. When I tell you it spewed water everywhere, got all over everything, thank goodness everything was covered up, but it went out pretty fast. I really liked it. Then I went ahead and hooked up my 50-foot hose to the other end, then connected it to my pressure washer, turned on the pressure washer, also turned on the water pump. It worked perfectly fine as if it was coming straight out of the hose that you would have at your normal household or apartment. I went to 3D Detailing that is in my local area in the high desert. They had their own water dispenser. It is oxidized. That was a hassle, let me just tell you that. It ended up not having the correct nozzle. Thank goodness the water bag that I was filling up came with its own nozzle, so I just attached it to the water dispenser. Filled up about 130 gallons of water. Cost about $14 to fill up. Moving on to the generator. I wasn't able to get the generator right because it ended up having oil in there, but I ended up adding more oil. With the more oil that I put in there, it made a leak, spilled all over the ground, had to clean that up. After the oil spillage from the generator, I went to go fill up the generator with gas. It did take about $20 just to fill it all the way to full. So keep in mind, if you are getting a gas generator like mine, you are gonna have to have at least $20 to fill it up. The generator, it does say that it's 3,500 wattage to run everything through, but I found out when I was going through the manual, the first 5 hours, I can only use half of that, so about 1,750, which would be a pressure washer and basically the vacuum, or if you have a water pump, in my case I do, I'd only be able to run both of those at the same time. Two operating machines that I have just to be able to run that 1,750 wattage would have been my water pump and pressure washer. That's the only thing that I'd be able to run for about the first 5 hours. Then once the safety measure is over, you can use anything that goes all the way up to 3,500. So let's say I did want to use the pressure washer on top of the water pump, and then let's say I needed to vacuum out the vehicle, but I didn't want to unplug anything, I'd be able to use all of those at the same time. Audio Jungle.